filmmaker, being an African American filmmaker, okay, I gotta give props to movies that show black people, black cinema, okay, and black filmmakers. All right, this movie right here, if you don't know what it is Paid in Full. Mekhi Phifer, Wood Harris, okay, and the rapper Camron. Very good movie, based on a true story. Okay, the story of Rich Porter, Alpo, Az. All right, true story. The true story is actually more crazy than the film. All right, sometimes films try to change that to make it more crazy. No, the true story is more crazy. It's happening in Harlem. Okay, one of my number one I gotta say is I had it said already. The movie is very well written. All right, so a lot of hood movies out, especially today. It's on Tubi, and I've said it plenty of times. Movies are just not good. You know, I know you want to support black cinema, all this kind of stuff. You want to support black, black stuff as black people. But a lot of movies we putting out, these hood movies be straight up trash. I be calling them trash pieces. They trash. They slop. They shouldn't have been made. Okay, a lot of stuff that we put online is just trash. Just the truth. But this movie right here, okay, I think it came out in '99. Paid in Full. All right, is a very, somebody say, oh, well, it's because it's based on a true story. It doesn't matter. You still gotta write a good script. You still have to adapt it. And this is a very well written movie. It shows you the guy in the center, Wood Harris, who plays Ace. Okay, it shows him working a regular job, and it shows his ascension. Okay, it shows, even though it's really him descending, but it shows the progression in his life. Okay, and it's a true story, and it's showing how he moves. It takes the story and it develops. You can see how he's working at the cleaners. It shows how, like, for example, one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when he was at the cleaners, right? And his boss finds out what he's doing. Okay, he finds the stuff that he had, the rock, under the table. He's like, "Look, I was looking under this table for something that I lost or whatever, and I found this." And he said, "What you trying to be like so and so?" It was another drug dealer in the area. I can't remember the guy's name, because he didn't know the guy was doing this. He was just working at the cleaners. The guy Ace working at his cleaners with the boss, and the boss, it was just him and the boss. That's what the movie shows. It was just him and the boss all the time, and the boss needed the guy, and Ace was like a humble guy. You know what I mean? Kind of like a kind of dumb teenager at times, but still he came to work. All right. At this point, the boss was like his father in a way, because he didn't have a father in the movie, so the boss was like a type of father for him. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. This movie is actually much deeper than it really appears. Okay, there's a lot of black folks that love this movie, and it's understandably so. Okay, so the boss is actually like his father in this movie in a way, or like a surrogate father, and Ace, but he's giving him like tough love. All right, he's kind of like the guy. He's kind of like Rock. If you've seen the show Rock in the '90s, he's kind of like that type of guy. Okay, to Ace, and he's like, "Look, is this you? You know what I mean? Is this you, Ace?" Instead of Ace being like, "Nah, that ain't mine. I don't know where that came from." He's like, "Look, man, I'm gonna don't worry about it." So now he know, like, okay, this is yours. All right. So then the boss said, "Look, so you're gonna end up like He said something like, I think you saying basically that you know something better than so and so. This other drug dealer that got arrested in the area. You know something that he didn't know." That's what he says, right? So yeah, look, man, just give me my so and so. Give me my so and so. Give me my items, whatever. And the boss looking at him like, really? And so then I think he said something like, Ace said something like, no, first Ace said something like, "It's none of your business." So the boss was really, like I said, type of dad for him. He get up and he looking at him. He says, "None of my business. Everything in his shop is my business." You know what I mean? What you talking about? So then he's like, "Look, give me my stuff," right? So it's like a moment, like a silence between that interaction, and he's like, "All right." The boss is like, "All right, I knew that, you want to get out of here." And then from that point on, I don't think that you see his boss again. Or if you do, it's probably briefly, or throughout the whole movie. But from that point, it's like crossing the Rubicon. Okay, it's like the crossing the point of no return at that point in the film, where Ace is moving forward fully into this new life. And in many films, okay, the character has to ascend to like a type of plateau, a mountain where they stand, and it's like it's no going back. And this movie does that. A lot of movies, they don't understand none of that. They don't understand the intricacies of script writing. They don't understand the intricacies of writing a story. A lot of people, I think, when they do is they start filming a film because they want to get money, but they don't understand to make a film. They'll not just film it, but they'll write it. Also, they'll write and film it, and there's nothing wrong with it. I do that, but they don't understand how to write a story. Okay, like me, I've been writing since I was a kid. Okay, I've read comics, I've written stories, and I understand how to. And you should understand this too. How to bob and weave and make a character have depth, instead of just going right into making a film, which is why there's so many movies on Tubi and other places that are trash. is because of the scripts. Because the people don't have any. The first movie that these people are essentially making is the first piece of literature that they've ever written before. Okay, which should never be the case. Your first piece of literature that you write should not be a screenplay. Your first piece of literature that you write should not be something that the world can watch. Like, seriously, you may think, "Oh, that's hard." No, it's not hard. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's just like, for example, nobody would say, "Look, I'm never going to play the game of basketball a day in my life." Then I'm going to play the game of basketball. I'm going to televise for the world to see. Even though I never played. People will say, "Why don't you practice first? Why don't you, you know what I'm saying? Learn a little bit, then televise the game." Nobody would want to watch that. But you would say, don't write at all. And then when you want to write a movie so everybody can watch it. See, that doesn't make any sense. But when you watch these streaming apps, it's full of people that have stories like that, where they don't have experience writing. Okay, they don't have an understanding of how to draw people in, not just by putting a bunch of ghetto slop and somebody cheating on somebody, which you've seen 1,000 times, a love triangle, which you've seen 1,000 times. Not just that, someone who didn't was gonna get shot. Oh, like we never seen that before. See, the movie Paid in Full, and there's another movie I really like too, which I'll probably do a review of too, Juice. Okay, both of these movies are very, very well written movies, and they have a very good message in them. Even though they seem like they're gunner movies, from the outside looking in, these movies actually have very powerful messages, and they do a good job of emulating the black experience for certain people in a very true way. Okay, so we see that at the point, once again, go back to the laundromat. Agent's like, "Look, man, yeah, that's mine." He tells the boss, "That's mine." And then after this, right, his boss, he been showing himself love. The movie shows that. But the boss really do got his best interests at heart, okay? After all of that, the boss is like, "Okay, you can leave." And he says, "Look, you better have my money on Friday." All right, but basically, when I come back to get my check, you better have that money. So now he's like turning kind of to the dark side. Kind of like Star Wars, okay? So I think it was like Star Wars, the prequels, where Anakin Skywalker, you couldn't, you knew he was gonna become Darth Vader, but it was like he was kind of in between. Then it came a point where I think he had like taken the lives of some young Jedi, or whatever. And at that point, I think they just showed them that they said something like, "We need to do something with the Jedi," whatever. I think he was told to do something to him, and he just pulled a lightsaber out, and then it cut, and you realize he did that. Like he can't go back anymore. You understand what I'm saying? He did something that you just cannot do. Okay, as a good person. Okay, that's kind of where Ace took that step. All right. He began to take that step. So once again, Paid in Full, great movie. I give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. All right. And like I said earlier, learn to write a script. Write a story. Write a short story. Okay. Learn to write before you enter film. I'm going to say that again. Learn to write before you enter film. Because like I said earlier, nobody will want to watch somebody televise them playing a sport or doing anything with them having zero practice. But you would write a script for the first time, and then televise it for everybody to watch it. Say, "Watch this, watch this, watch this." And if someone doesn't like it, you're going to say, "Oh, it's because of this, and that." No, it's because you haven't even tried to educate yourself by doing the work that it takes to get better at the craft. You understand what I'm saying? Like me, for example, I'm an artist. When I was younger, thank God there was a time where my mom and my pop, whoever, one of my parents, okay, they paid for me to go to a class somewhere like downtown or somewhere in the upper echelon area to learn how to draw better, okay? Even though I already knew how to draw, but it was like people there that knew how to draw but much better than me. And for a little bit of time, I was there going to this class like maybe like once a week or whatever, okay? I don't remember none of the people at the class today. I don't remember the teacher. It was a long time ago. But, I was taking steps. I was writing these. When it came to art, I was taking steps, all right? And getting better and better and better, all right? So just grow in your craft, all right? You shouldn't be just sitting home, doing nothing, acting like everybody else. If you want to be a master at a craft in the arts, okay, you shouldn't be just sitting home, playing the game on the block, okay, watching TV. If you watch TV, you should be trying to study it, okay, to figure out what they're doing, okay. Just doing something on the phone with your girl or your guy or with your man, instead of growing in your craft. And then when it's game time, you just want to show up. You understand what I'm saying? If you show up in dark times, okay, the light is going to shine for everybody to see. It's as simple as that. Everybody want to go to Hollywood and had a light be shining on them. But God taught me, you be the light, okay, and let your light shine on everybody else. You're the light, not Hollywood. I don't look forward as a filmmaker as a person in the arts to get to the Hollywood lights. Okay, I don't even think about that. I'm the light. Okay, I'm shining light. Y'all need to become. Y'all should be. I'm gonna show the world why y'all need to be coming to me. Okay, because I'm lights, camera, action. We're lights, camera, action over here. Not just because we can say lights, camera, action and get a director and buy a director's chair. Okay, and buy a film clapper and all that kind of stuff. No, because what we do in the stories that we write and the way we do things, we bring a light to your darkness. Okay, our camera work is the best in the game from our point of view, and in point of view of many people that's going to see it. Okay, and we're going to bring on that action, not just car chases and stuff like that, not just that type of action. Okay, but we bring y'all action in a variety of ways like you've never seen it before. We bring you something that's different. Okay, and that's what it's all about. Answer that question: is what I'm doing different? Paid in Full is a movie that when I watch it, it's different. It's thoughtful. Okay, you got Mekhi Phifer. You got who is a kind of he's like the old hood guard. You know what I mean? You got Camron, who's like the young Camron. It's like Mekhi Phifer is almost like somebody from the 90s. Camron is like people from 2020s. Okay, he's a young and dumb person that just want to be. All three of these guys want to get fast money, but Camron out of all three, Camron is on the right. If you don't know, he want to get money faster than anybody else, and he willing to do anything it takes to get that money. He has no morals essentially in this movie. And the real guy Alpo, who he plays, was very, very much like that. Very much like that. Okay. And Alpo is not even alive anymore. Okay. He got out. You know, if you know the movie, he ended up getting locked up, but then he got out in real life, and somebody touched him. Okay, I'll just say that. All right. So yeah, that's it for today. Make sure to look out for our movie. Check out our movie, The Golden Dragonfly, coming soon. Hope that this has helped somebody, give somebody some knowledge. Till next time, peace. God bless.